Have you been to any great birthday parties recently?
My own was yesterday. Oh,
That's so
I don't love
exciting.
getting older, but I always love my birthday. I like
Me
all day long, I
too.
do everything I want, and I always go get all the freebies around town, and then I make everybody, play with me. I'm always like, "Let's play games. We're always gonna play games on my birthday."
I love it. Well, happy belated
Thank
birthday to you. We
you.
missed it yesterday. That is the first term, actually. We're going to teach you guys some great birthday vocabulary, and then we're going to do a sample speaking part two answer. So, belated, such a great adjective. It just means like, we're late. Like, I'm late saying this, but happy, whatever. So you like happy belated birthday, happy merry belated Christmas. I guess we
Yeah.
could use
Or belated
belated for
anniversary
any.
for sure. I'll find out it was
Yeah.
someone's anniversary, and that's not something that people will usually tell each other, so it's always like, "Well, happy belated anniversary."
Yep. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if somebody's like, "Oh, um we had our anniversary last weekend and we went to the coast," and you're like, "Oh, happy belated anniversary."
Exactly. That's such a fun one. I'm trying to think how you could use it on IELTS. Like, for sure, if you describe having wished someone something late, right? If you have to describe a party, this would be a great way to jump in and be like, I actually missed this party, but I found out about it later. So I was wishing them a happy belated. And I found out that it was actually the coolest party ever. And I missed it. Something like that. And then you tell all about it.
Yeah, it could be used as an adverb to describe celebrating something late because we often don't celebrate things. Well, not I shouldn't say often. I know me often. I we celebrate stuff like we have to celebrate it when it's convenient because birthdays and stuff like that they don't always fall on weekend days, right?
Right.
So you have to celebrate
Don't want
stuff
to do it on
after
a
the fact.
weeknight when you're working early the next day, right?
Exactly.
Exactly. Yeah.
So if you're describing on speaking part 1 or part 2, any celebration that happened, after the date that it was supposed to happen, right? You could say, "Well, we celebrated belatedly, because my birthday fell on a Tuesday. So we actually had a huge bash the following Saturday."
Exactly. Okay, so fun. And then some really fun expressions like you're as young as you feel, right? So if you ask someone how old they are and they like don't want to admit it, you could be like, "Well, you're as young as you feel." And this is
Yeah.
really fun too. You could use this on lots of IELTS speaking questions, especially if you don't like getting older. You'd be like, "I know I'm as young as I feel, but I'm starting to feel kind of old."
Well, this is one of those like sayings,
Right.
that you
An
could
expression.
introduce like, well, as they say, you're as young
Mm.
as you feel. And I personally believe that age is just a number. And so I celebrate my birthday in very immature ways by going to Chuck E. Cheese and driving the go-karts or whatever.
Nice. That's another great one, right? To say age is just a number. This is a really fun saying, an expression that we'll say a lot. And especially if you like to be, playful and childish sometimes,
Mhm.
that's what this means is that I don't have to act my age. I don't have to be
Yeah.
really mature just because I'm over 40.
Exactly, exactly. So remember, guys, to introduce those sayings, you could say, well, age is just a number, or as they say, age is just a number. So those two sayings, one more time, guys, you're as young as you feel, and age is just a number. One fun one related to numbers, because I know a lot of people that say this when someone asks them how old they are, or what number birthday was that, you could say, well, I am forever 21, or I am forever 36, like whatever age that you feel like you're stuck at. Like I don't feel like I'm any age. I kind of feel like, I don't know, if I have to pick an age, I'm going to say 34.
Ooh,
I
I'm saying
am forever
25.
34.
I'm forever 25.
There you go.
And yeah, if someone asks me my age, I'm like 25 again
Yeah.
for the 30th time.
Exactly, exactly. All right, so 2 parallel expressions for party or celebration. You could say shindig. A shindig is a big party, right? Like it's going to last some hours, there's going to be a lot of guests, there's going to be food and probably
Music.
music. Yeah,
Yes, absolutely, and then
exactly.
bash, and we often collocate this with a birthday, maybe
Totally.
just because of the alliteration, the 2 "b" sounds, right? A
Yep.
birthday bash, and it just
Birthday
means a big
bash.
party, right? You say, "We're throwing a bash for our friend for her, 21st."
Yeah, totally, totally.
All right, Jessica, I am going to ask you a part 2 question and see if you can use some of the vocab that we taught today. It'll be about birthdays. Ready?
Okay, I'll try.
Okay. Describe a birthday party you attended that you really enjoyed.
Well, I feel like this might be cheating a little bit because we don't actually have birthday parties per se for my son anymore. We have sleepovers. We have sleepover birthday bashes, and these shindigs are chaotic, but so much fun. We have been having a birthday sleepover for him with the same group of 6 young men, I could say at this point, the same group of 6 kids, like 5 years in a row, you know? And I know they say like age is just a number, and that is certainly true up to a certain point until children reach adolescence because preteen boys are nutso. And this birthday bash this year, it was belated, I will note, because his birthday fell on a Tuesday and we actually had the sleepover the following Saturday, so all the kids could come and stay up as late as they wanted. And I gotta say, this was the biggest jump between years for me because this year, half of these kids were taller than I am. And it was really weird talking to all of these kids that I've known since they were mere babies in a cradle. And now their voices are deeper and they call me Jess, instead of like James mom. And they are making jokes that are very crude and inappropriate. But since again, like I know I'm in my 40s, but my sense of humor is kind of like a preteen boy's apparently because I found all of their jokes hilarious. Um and I love that they feel free enough at these birthday parties to make all of these jokes and be themselves and really just enjoy having such a unique safe space with their friends who are going through chaotic puberty, going through middle school, which is
Thank
so
you.
oh man.
I forgot to time you, so I'm just guessing if
Oh,
you guys were timing Jessica, maybe a few seconds ago, you were like, Aubrey's missed the, timer there." 'Cause I realized about halfway through, I was like, "I forgot to set a timer. I'm trying to see what 2 minutes feels like." I'd be
that
curious
felt
to
like
go
2
back. It felt
minutes.
like it. I'd be
Yeah.
curious to go back and look and see how close I was.
You know, I could have definitely have,
Yeah, you
kept
could have talked
talking.
forever. I know it. So much great vocab. First, I want to point out if you guys go back, if you missed it, the way Jessica used per se, which we've done it. We did an episode on this a while ago, though,
Yeah.
and it's so great. And what she was saying was, we don't have, typical or that we don't have birthday parties per se. And that's what she's saying is we don't have the typical birthday parties. This is the
Mhm.
perfect way to use it. So, like, you name it and then you say per se, meaning like the typical one of that. Another way to
Mhm.
say that is if you will. We don't have, and we're doing the air quotes,
Yeah.
birthday parties, if you will, right?
Yeah.
And that's
Nice,
so
nice.
native and natural and is going to push you to use that intonation. That's really fun. So, yeah, go back and listen to that. And then a really fun adjective, super slang to say nutso. Preteen boys are nutso, which means crazy bonkers, right? But really, really high level because I've never heard a student say that ever. Have you,
True.
Jess?
Very slangy,
Yeah.
very slangy. Yeah, so if you guys are presented with a part 2 topic about any event or experience, Remember that there's not one right answer because I
Right.
could see students looking at a part 2 card, like describe a birthday party you have been to, and they would have questions like, can I describe my child's sleepover?
Mm,
Can I describe a day that I celebrated my birthday, but it wasn't actually a party? Yes,
right.
you
Can I
can,
describe
as
my own party? Yes,
right.
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, as long as you acknowledge that at the beginning, right? Like, it wasn't a party per se, but I did celebrate my birthday for a whole week, and we did something to celebrate every single day, and you could, and then
Yeah,
say
so
what
it
you
felt
did.
like a party,
Yeah.
exactly, right? It doesn't have to be the typical exact answer as long as you're answering the question, and just like Jessica said, you need to acknowledge if you're doing it a little bit out off book, right? A little bit
Yeah.
outside of the box, just explain why, and that totally works.
Yep. Exactly,
And
exactly.
then I wanted to point out one more great vocab phrase you used,
Oh.
Jessica, where you said, I've known these boys since they were mere babies in a cradle. And whether that's accurate or not, she might be exaggerating. Maybe she's only known
I
them
am.
5 years, but like maybe you have, right? But this is such great native vocab, idiomatic to say, I've done something since I was a mere baby in a cradle, or since I
Totally.
was a mere light in my father's eye, right? We'll say that just like however you do it, you can use this structure to exaggerate how long it's been.
You know what? Definitely write that phrase down, guys, because in speaking part 1, you're always asked about your childhood,
Yes,
you're gonna
a
be
lot.
asked at least one question about when you were a child, and so
They're
use
trying
that
to make you use the
phrase.
past tense, right?
Yeah.
They're trying to make you compare the past to now.
Right? So say like, "Yes, since I was a mere baby in the cradle, I have always laughed a lot," or,
Oh, so
whatever.
good. So good. Yes, use that on part 1. I love it.
All right, guys, we would love to hear about your favorite birthday party. Find this on YouTube. Go to our YouTube channel, IELTS Energy TV. And this is episode 1286. Leave a comment on this video, guys, and practice your part two. Try out some ideas, try out some of today's vocabulary, and tell us about your favorite birthday party.
And wish me happy birthday.
And wish Aubrey happy birthday. Gosh, that's the whole reason
I
we
would
did this
love that.
episode
I
today. Oh,
know. I was like, "Yes, my birthday was yesterday." I'm gonna come and look on YouTube. I wanna see some happy birthdays, guys. Give me some comments.
yes. Give Aubrey some birthday
Give me
love.
some birthday love.
Belatedly.
Belated
Uh,
birthday love.
belated birthday love. That's a fun phrase.
It is
All
fun.
right. All right, Aubrey. Well, happy birthday.
Thank you. I'll see you next time, Jess.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. Bye, guys.